All right, so today we're here at RickRak with Shane to talk about this business that started off as a necessity. It's turned into kind of an empire.
It has for sure.
Well, let's start at the beginning. How did you get your start in RickRak?
Oh, grew up racing cars and being around motorcycles my whole life. And my dad, I got out of Harleys for a while. I quit riding for a little bit, got back into it, and my dad and I said, "Man, let's ride to Sturgis." Never been to a rally before. That's what we kind of wanted to do. So we saved us some money. In 2011, we decided, man, we're going to ride from North Carolina here to Sturgis.
Yeah.
And we took 4 days to get out there. Had a great time. Just what a cool experience, and just love riding, and just something we always did. My dad and I did it together.
Yeah.
And got out there and had a ball. Got to go see all the Mount Rushmore. It's everything about Sturgis. And went over to the vendor lot at Black Hills Harley. Never been to a rally, and I wanted to get some stuff done to my bike, and so we ended up getting some pinstriping done, and then went somewhere else. And so I spent 2 days out of our trip getting different things done to our bikes.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Dad and I were like, man, if we could find something to make some money, we could come out here and set up. This would be cool. And that was all it was said. But we got done with the trip, got home, planned to go back again for the 75th anniversary, and my dad had a few strokes.
Mm.
And it was about a month before we were going to leave to go to Sturgis again, obviously. And he called and says, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can make it. I don't know if I can ride. I'm like, well, what do you need? I said, you've got your bike. He goes, well, the doctor said I can't ride two wheels, but probably a trike. I said, perfect.
Okay.
So I called my local dealer back in New York, and I said, hey, I need to get a trike. Help me figure it out, because we're supposed to go to Sturgis, and we want to make the trip. So Dad got home from the hospital, and my mom took him to New York. He picked up his trike, and it was about a month after his stroke, and he drove from New York back to North Carolina on his trike.
Nice.
And he loved it. He goes, this is perfect. Yeah, we can go. So we make the trip to Sturgis. We have a ball. We come back home, and he was having some issues with his hand. And he goes, I just can't put my bag on the top of my tour pack like I want. He goes, I'm having issues. He goes, I just need a bag that just clicks on, no straps, and I'm done. I'm like, cool. I said, I'll find you something. So I Googled, what he was looking for, and I couldn't find nothing.
Yeah.
So he had this idea, and he kind of explained it, and he cut out this white cardboard piece. I still have it. It's in the office. He cut this out, and he goes, I want the bag to slip on and then go down and somehow clamp on. We had a long conversation. I'll be honest, I told him it was kind of stupid. It was probably a dumb idea. I said, all right. I said, let me see what I can do. So he explained it to me, and so next morning I got up. I welded up the frame. I got the clamps. I did everything I had to do, put his bag on it, and I showed him. And he goes, perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. I'm like, that's pretty neat. I was impressed with how it worked. So I made one for myself, showed some people. A couple people said it was dumb, nobody'd buy it. Okay, well then that means we got something.
Right.
So we started making a few of them, using Harley bags, whatever bag, the tour pack bag that people had, and we just started using it for ourselves, really. And then in 2016, it was January, it was the Easy Rider show in Charlotte. We set up to go there, paid a couple $100 or it was for the venue, and took probably 10 bags with our racks on them all set to go. And of course it snowed that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what happens in North Carolina when it snows?
Everybody freaks out.
Everybody freaks out. The town shuts down and nobody goes anywhere. So, but the show was still open. We went down there, and there was probably 100 people that showed up. And I'm like, man, this is not going to be good. We're not going to, talk to anybody. Not going to make any money. I mean, it was the first show we ever did.
Yeah.
And we talked to probably 20 people. Out of those 20 people, I think we sold 4 complete combo kits, bags with the rack on them, everything ready to go.
That's a pretty good ratio.
And I was like, holy cow.
Yeah.
We paid for the spot. We made a little bit of money. I said, we may have something.
Yeah.
So I told my dad, I said, I want to go to like a real rally and try pushing this stuff. So we ended up going to Myrtle Beach, Harley-Davidson, for the spring, bike rally. That was in 2016. And set up a 10x10 easy up, and we had 2 pallets of bags shipped in, and no bikes, nothing. It was just a very small setup.
Yeah.
And we started selling stuff right there, and we sold out. It was a week-long show, and by the end of it, we didn't have anything left.
And you were just doing the racks.
Just the RickRak with either the person would bring their bag, we'd bolt it to it.
Yeah.
Or we had bags there. We set up to be, at the time they're gone now, but a tea bag dealer.
Right.
We set up to be a dealer for them so we could sell something. And that's how this crazy journey started.
That's pretty amazing. You go from that, like 2016, you've got one product, something that you made yourself, into what we've got today. It was RickRaks at every major rally. You guys are pulling big rigs. You carry just about anything. But let's get back to something like... you came up with this idea. There's a cutout that your dad provides you, and you make it. What kind of background to it? Like, how did you know to put this together?
I mean, growing up, we raced cars. We built our own race cars. We raced. So we were always around. We'd buy products for the race car and be like, oh, this works. But, man, if you cut this or did this, you change it, make it better.
Gotcha.
So we always did stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wanted a 4-post lift in our race trailer, so we could put 2 cars in and then lift it up and put 2 more, and nobody would build the lift that we wanted. So I ended up building a whole lift in this trailer longer than what anybody's now. I said, no, this won't work, but it was probably 20 feet long or so. We put 2 cars on it with overhangs on each side of the post. It was cool. It was a neat deal, but built this whole setup and ourselves, just because somebody said it couldn't be done.
Right. Well, this is how it all begins, And you can't do that, or like I said, your dad needed something made, and it starts this company. Now, so 2016, you set up for your first couple rallies.
Yep.
And you just got a 10x10.
Yeah.
What do you guys travel with now?
Well, after the first 10x10, we went to Sturgis. Our first show in Sturgis. Quick story to go back to 2017 when we went to actually set up at Sturgis for the first time, where everything for us started, because we said, hey, man, if we could find something we could sell, we could be here.
Right.
So the very first time we go to Sturgis, we had a 20 by probably 60 tent we set up.
Yeah.
There was 4 of us, a couple of my buddies and my dad and I, and we were doing installs and selling not only RickRak products but some other stuff. And to see it go from the 10x10 to that was like, holy cow, we're here. We did it. That was just I remember that conversation till this day, very, very clear.
Yeah.
And so now we went from the 10x10 to the 20x60s, and the last few years we've had 30x60s to 30x80s to 30x100s.
Yeah.
And we always rented the tents. Well, 2024, it's been a long winter, but we bought a semi, a stacker. We're going to do our own awnings. It's going to be 30x100 everywhere we go. So we have a whole new rig for this year for the rallies, and we're going to see how that works out. It should be a little easier.
That's an impressive run from 2016 to 2014.
So from 16 to little shows to, there's a little more in the middle of that, but we even rented. We outgrew my garage, and I moved to a different house not far from our shop now, and built a garage there. Well, we grew so quick, we never even used that garage I built. we ended up, the property here in Concord, North Carolina, we ended up renting a bay from David Reagan. It's the property we have is the old Schrader, Ken Schrader Racing Complex, and David had bought it from Schrader, so I bugged them to rent a bay for probably 3 months.
Just a bay.
I said I need one bay, just something to park. I need to park 2 trailers outside, and I need a bay to run my business out of. and we were doing rallies, and then we had our website. We were trying to grow our website to get more online sales, and so that was kind of the two business aspects we had. And we started with one bay. It turned into a few months we had 3 bays, and then a few more months we had 4 bays. Pretty much we almost had a whole building on the complex here, and that would have been 2018. And then we continued doing rallies, growing our internet. We had a few people show up here at the shop to get some stuff done, and I'm like, man, we could maybe have a storefront someday. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
To actually have a place where people could walk in, have stuff done with their bikes, and even just pick up stuff they order online. That was an option too. So 2021, we ended up buying the whole complex here. So we have our showroom, our storefront.
Yeah.
There's 4 other buildings on the property. We rent those out. So it's been a dream.
Yeah.
Everything we've done has been. It was never a plan, and it's cool, very cool.
It sounds like everything you've touched so far has turned to gold. Now, you just start off with the racks, but obviously you carry a lot more than that. There's a huge list of stuff you carry now.
Wow, our RickRak line of products, just our stuff with our name on it. There's a lot of stuff we have manufactured. It's our designs, our products.
Sure.
We package it here. Everything comes out of North Carolina, right here. What we do. So, from our RickRaks, our bags, we have coolers, we have saddlebag luggage, tour pack luggage. It's cool. The tour pack luggage, we make a 4-inch stack of 2 of them, so you can do his and hers, dirty and clean. So you can put your clothes in your tour packet. There's that. Gun holsters. We have little antennas.
Got the gas cap saver.
The gas cap keeper. Yeah. Yes. That was something. My dad. We were sitting in the garage one day. I was putting together some products and just doing some things. He comes out. He goes, "Look at this," and he took a magnet and he glued it to his gas cap. He goes, "I don't want to get off my bike when I pull up the gas pump." He goes, "I just want to stand there or sit there on my bike, take my gas cap, stick it somewhere where I know where it's at, fill it," because he had a trike, he didn't have to get off of it.
Right.
He'd fill it and put the handle back, and then take the gas cap and put it back, and he knew where it was. Because he dropped it a few times. He goes like, "Man, I got to get off it." So I understand.
Yeah, sure.
Or how many times has someone taken their gas cap and they set it on top of the gas pump and leave it there?
Yeah.
And so he came up with this little magnet. It's called the gas cap keeper. And the first show he went to, he made them and stapled them in a bag with our business card, and he hung them on the edge of the tent. I'm like, "All right, Dad, see how many you sell." I didn't think much about it.
Right.
When we sold out of them. And it was every time he sold one, he'd just laugh, and he'd get that grin on his face. He'd just look at me and like, "Another one." I'm like,
but these are like real life uses. Like it wasn't something like that might be useful. No, he came up with the idea because it was something he could use, and so obviously other people. It sounds like Dad's come up with a lot of great stuff.
He has come up with a few things, and it's stuff that. You always see that item that, man, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
So luckily, we've had a few of those. Very lucky. But it's just been fun to grow the RickRak brand. I think the coolest thing with what we started out doing is we didn't have to grow the business. I had another business that was paying the bills, that was doing what we had to do to survive. But to grow RickRak was fun. We got to go to the rallies. We got to see customers. It was easy to take care of the customers. If there was an issue, oh yeah, hey, no problem.
Right.
We make GoPro mounts. If a guy breaks one or something happens to it, we'll take care of you. It's easy. So that was probably the coolest thing about all this was it grew because I didn't have to use it to survive.
Right.
But as we grew, we put the money, anything we made from it, we put back into it. And the customers, the 4 original guys that bought our bags from the Easy Riders show,
yeah,
they were out of Georgia. And I saw one of them a couple years ago. He goes, "I still got your bag," and I was one of the first ones. I said, "You were."
Yeah.
I said, it's just cool that, and the customers that we have, that, they see us all the rallies. The people that know we're here, the customers that know we're in Concord, yeah, they love come see us. But there's so many that don't know we're this close.
Yeah.
That we're right here. We've got all the products we deal with in stock, and they can come see us. And we even do installs right here at the shop now.
Well, I definitely think that's one of the cool things is that it's a nationwide company, probably even further than that. Whereas you guys go to all the major rallies, you're a staple at these, but you're one of our hometown guys too, right here in Concord. You can pull up and get the assistance you need, get the products you need, without going across the country.
Yeah, going to the...
Or before you go across the country.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have so many people even, they'll say, "Hey, we'll see you in Sturgis," but they show up to get something, the bag, the cooler, whatever it may be. They'll come here and get it, and then, "Hey, we'll see you out there."
Right.
So we get to see all the customers, and there's even some, they'll see us in, in the fall, we do the back-to-back rallies, Daytona, Panama, Texas, all, we'll see people at the same customer each one, or,
nice.
It's cool to see them travel around and they follow the circuit. But the RickRak brand has grown. We've got all of our products in drag specialties. So any motorcycle shop in the country, if they're a Harley dealer to a little mom and pop motorcycle shop, anybody can go in a drag and find the RickRak products. We worked real hard at that for a few years to get our products into drag specialties.
Yeah.
So that was probably when we knew that, man, this has been really worth it, and this has been cool, and we finally did something that we're very proud of.
Yeah, I believe it. Now, let me ask you about the name RickRak. Where do we?
My dad's name's Rick, and of course that first rack we come up with, I don't know. I can't remember the conversation about that, but my dad's like, "Man, what are we gonna call this?" And we went back and forth, and somehow he just come up with RickRak. That's what it is. It's mine. It's rack. It's the rack. It's my name's written. That's what we did. And I can't remember exactly the whole conversation about it, but that's my dad's name's Rick, and it's cool to have his name right in the business.
Yeah, it is. That's cool. So rallies. What's your favorite rally? You go to all these rallies. What would be your favorite?
Sturgis is always going to be, personally for me, my favorite. It was the first one I ever got to go to with my dad. Yeah. We got to go see everything, ride around, and the riding out there is awesome. You can go from Rapid City out to Deadwood, Sturgis, out to Devil's Tower. There's so many rides that you can go do.
Yeah,
that's probably my favorite. Of course, Daytona and Panama, those are nice. It's nice rallies too.
But even Sturgis is like the technical birthplace of this entire idea. And on through, so
it is that one definitely means something. In fact, the hotel we stayed every year we go out there, it's the same hotel that I stayed at in 2011. I've never stayed anywhere else, so it's every time we go out there, it's like, cool, we're back where this kind of all started.
All right, cool. With everything you guys carried, is the rack still your best seller? Or?
Yeah, what's cool is over the years we had the RickRak products.
Yeah.
Our bag, our quick attach bracket in our bag is always going to be, to us, number one.
Yeah.
That's what the first thing we come up with, and we still have it today, and we've actually added wheels to it now. It's a roller bag. So we've evolved it, and it's changed a little bit, but it's still the same concept, same idea. So proud of that. The other stuff from our SureClick saddlebag bolts, our gasket keeper, the RickRak stuff is ours for sure. But as far as other products we carry, we've always carried custom dynamics, lighting. We're going to the rallies. This is kind of a little story about that. We're going to the rallies and selling our RickRak stuff. It's like we're taking all the time to be here, having all the expenses, and we said, let's have some other stuff that we like. Mm-hmm. And that we can easily install on the bikes, and customers are walking right by our tent, so let's have some more products. So we started carrying custom dynamic stuff, Legend suspension, there's been settlement seats, just pretty much anything you could think of.
Right.
From Clockworks windshields, Dakota digital gauges. Just when we install all the stuff right at the rallies. Yeah. But So it's been cool to see the RickRak side grow, and then the business side of RickRak with carrying everybody else's products.
Right.
See that grow.
So it's still just it's a one-stop rally shop. You can go there and basically get anything you need for your bike.
Yeah, and we've always geared our business to the touring bikes. I mean, we traveled, we rode to the rallies, we know exactly what people are kind of looking for. And everybody that shows up, they're like, yeah, man, I need a better seat. I need a taller windshield. I need better grips.
Yeah.
I need my bag. I'm sick of strapping my bag on.
Yeah.
So we can, all the things we did, we geared our business around riding your bike, traveling, going to the rallies, and trying to make it more comfortable and just easier.
Well, the riding portion is really what this is all about. So you guys are just keeping everybody on the road and comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, my first trip, to Sturgis and back, there was probably 3-4 things I go home like, man, I need to do this, I need to do that. And I remembered from different seats no, I need a taller windshield. But when I got there, I'm like, man, I remember I put a tall, clear windshield on just for the ride all the way out.
Yeah.
And when I got there, I'm like, okay, this windshield sucks. I want to see over it. I don't want to look through it. And so we learned all that stuff. But it's been fun to share the experience with the customers and give them an idea of what we feel they need and to make their ride definitely more comfortable and easier.
Nice. So we've got real exponential growth really from 2016 to 2014, 2024.
Yep.
All the way around, huh? What do you see as the future for RickRak? You got anything coming down the pipe? Anything you can talk about?
We've got a couple new things we're working on. We did do a new headlight. Everybody's doing like the Baja design headlights, things like that. We do have one that we came out with. There's going to be some more lighting stuff coming down the road, things like that. As far as RickRak items go, we've got a couple ideas for a different rack and some different bag systems, and we always say, man, we're gonna do this over the winter, and it just time gets away from you so quick.
Yeah.
But we do have some new stuff coming. At the shop, we've expanded. We're doing the fat tires. Doing obviously more lights, more RLNS floorboards, exhaust. We're doing tuners, cams at the shop now. So there's a lot more we can do here at our shop versus what we do at the rallies.
Right.
So that's been kind of neat to see that side of it grow.
Yeah.
And we do want to see the RickRak side grow here, the installs, the showroom, the facility here. We want to see that kind of take off some more. We did partner with Pro Action Suspension. We do have our own brand of RickRak shocks now.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's something we worked on in the last couple of years, and that's been fun.
Yeah.
We're trying to do some more performance-oriented things as well, and where the shocks come in and some performance stuff. It's been neat to see that side take off a little bit.
Like I said, it's such an amazing journey from this to that. So, man, I guess only congratulations on all that stuff. Looking forward to everything else you guys come up with in the future.
Yeah, we're always working hard to try to come up with new stuff. And it's been quite a journey. It's been fun, and I wouldn't trade any of it for anything. It's neat to see it grow and to know that it was something my dad and I got to start, and he's getting a little bit older now, has some health issues, but he calls every day and checks in. And when we're at the rallies, he watches what we're doing, and so it's been neat to see his involvement continue, and he wants to be part of it.
I dig it.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, anything else?
Just thank everybody that has been supporting us over the years. Just they see us at the rallies, they see how we started, and to see their continued support means the world to me. So I guess the biggest thing is just thank everybody that's supported us, and it doesn't go unnoticed. It means a lot.
That's a big deal.
It is. It's huge.
Cool. Well, I definitely appreciate your time today, and I look forward to seeing you at the rallies.
Yeah, and everybody come out, see us. We got the brand new setup for 2024, and we can't wait. Let's get this started, and we'll see everybody in Daytona.